Back to After Hours. I'm your host, 1130. This right here is a familiar scene. I'm joined here by who used to be to the Hall, who used to be Cody Singleton. Now I'm here joined by Mutt. He's been it all.
What y'all doing, my boy?
We're doing After Hours. Cody's want to talk about how we're getting out of heart and shit.
Yeah. The view's been down. Shit just is getting rough, but gotta keep the grind on, brother. Yeah.
But yeah, me and Cody used to do After Hours by a lot back in the day. And then,
Yeah.
with the,
Good
the
old
death
days.
of After Hours. Well, not the death. I'd say the coma of After Hours where it was put away for a while. Late Nights was born. But here we are, me and Cody again after hours. Listen, so I stream on Twitch now. My shit's been down horrendous. I run a TikTok page, The Walking Dead Facts. Views have been down horrendous. I'm getting out of heart. Austin's getting
I
out of heart.
I found a new word I like saying. And that new word's atrocity. And you guys' views being down is just an atrocity to mankind. My views are always down right now. So that's also an atrocity to mankind that my views are also down. But in my defense, I've not actually been posting regularly until just a couple weeks ago.
Recently.
Yeah.
Also, speaking of after hours, there was a podcast a while back that we did after hours where it's legit titled "I'm Out of Heart About It All." And we was talking about like views being down and shit. And here we are again, views down and shit. But I'm in a different mind space than I was back then because YouTube was all I did. And now my views are down across all platforms.
But
But go ahead.
so like all of our views are down, sadly. But like I was saying before we started this podcast up, almost every successful content creator has like their own shit they do. They all got their own cup of tea. Now
Their
occasionally,
own
they'll
game,
add a
so
new
to speak.
flavor. They add they added like a new flavor into their cup and stir that shit up and drink it. But they always go back to their regular, their go to. You know what I'm saying? And we don't have a
And
go
what
to.
he's speaking of is like every successful content creator has that game they play. Like Ninjas was Fortnite for a while. I'm not sure what the fuck he's doing now. I don't follow him.
He's
But
still
like
doing
Ninjas was
Fortnite.
for.
I was on Twitch the other day, and he's on Fortnite.
But like we don't have our own game that we stream. I mean, Fallout 76 is doing good for Austin right now, but like I don't have like that game yet. I mean, Fallout 3 did
And I
pretty
don't
good,
either.
but
Like I don't have that game either right now.
maybe Fallout's just where it's at. 'Cause Fallout 3 was doing pretty good for me on Twitch. Fallout 76 is
Well, I
doing
mean,
good for Austin.
that's kind of like part of it. Like like if you do a game that has a like dedicated and loyal fan base, then yeah, you're always going to be successful at some degree with it. You know, but like, and
Here's what it
honestly, I
is.
think like
Like, if you have big enough following, like you can switch from like game to game to game to game.
yeah, like you
But
can do whatever
as
you
a
want
like
to.
a
You got to be
as
on
a
a phone.
smaller creator, like we are, like the small creators, like you need to stick with one shit to get your views before you can switch back and forth between the shit. And our problem is we're
And I
not
think that's a
sticking to
problem.
one
Yeah,
game. We're not sticking
we're
to one
switching
game.
too
We're
much.
we're darting. We're like a cat when it sees a laser. That's what we're doing. And we need to find that game. But here's the issue: we're all on three different consoles. I mean, Austin and Cody's on PlayStation. Solomon King's also on PlayStation, but I'm on Xbox, and it's hard to stick to one game when we're on different platforms. Like we could all stick to 76. I mean, I know you don't have it, but 76 ain't cross-platform first of all, and I don't know, dog. Like shit's like
But yeah, I mean, I think we just all need to
I
find
can't.
that one
I
game.
can say this, and I think this is like personal development. I'm not as bothered by the fact my views are down across all platforms this time than I was last time, the last podcast we did like this.
Yeah, I would consider that development.
But at the same time, it's like it's hard to stick to one game when we're all not on the same platform. Like I'm on Xbox, they're all on PlayStation, and it's hard to stick to one game when the game that's doing good for us and is not crossplay. Uh, it's just I don't know, it's rough, man. It's hard,
It is a little rough, yeah.
but
Honestly,
I'm gonna call Dairy Queen in the morning and talk to Diane about trying to get my job back, and then I'm gonna get a PlayStation, and it'll be easier, because one I can be back on YouTube, and two we'll all be on the same platform, so we can try to stick to one niche or whatever the fuck they call it. But like as of right now, it's like it's just difficult because we're working with what we got, you know. And
yeah.
like I said, Fallout 3 is doing good for me, but like I don't like playing that shit all the time, dog. Like 76 would be a whole different ballgame because it's like online, you can play with your friends and shit. But Fallout 3, bro, it's just me by myself, you know.
Like me personally, right? Like I've always been a big fan of like battle royale games, right? And it's just I don't know. I've always like struggled with like picking like finding that one. Like for a while it was Fortnite. That was back when everybody was good. But a little bit after
Yeah,
that it was kind
facts,
of
dog,
Apex.
facts.
You know, but after
Back when
that it was
everybody's
Apex,
good, back when
and
everybody's
I
good,
grinded
it
Apex.
was Fortnite, dog.
Yeah, I mean, it really was. And like I said, I grinded Apex after that, and then a little bit after that I kind of went to Vigor. And then a little bit after that, I kind of like bounced around from like HyperScape to like Apex. And like I said, like I just kind
Like I
of
said, at the same time, like if we was all on like the same platform, dog, we could all play Vigor, or you know what I'm saying, all these different shits. But like it's so fucking difficult when you like we ain't on the same shit. Wait, is HyperScape cross-platform, bro? I swear to God.
I'll look it up for you real quick. HyperScape Crossplay. HyperScape does support crossplay and cross-platform for players between PC and consoles. So yes, HyperScape is crossplay.
I mean, we could play that together, but at the same time, it's like battle royale games are like a specific one. It's so hard to stick to, dog. And like Hyperscape might even be like battle royale, but it's difficult to like stick to when it's like
I mean,
I don't
HyperScape's
know.
battle royale. It's a battle royale game.
Oh, it is.
It's
I
fun
ain't never
too. Like, I
played
mean,
it.
I've got a lot of wins, like solo wins on HyperScape. A lot. And I mean, it's a fun game to play. But I mean, it is like any game you play is like funner with people, and it's kind of
And
the bigger thing about it. Like
it's
that's
just difficult to like stick to like one game when it's like a battle royale game and like I don't know. I could enjoy Hyperscape, but like I couldn't stick to Fortnite solely like I used to with like Alex and shit. Couldn't do it. Just because I ain't got that, I don't know how to put it, but like it's not that enjoyable anymore. I mean, yeah, Chapter 3 Season 1's fun as fuck, but like the gang ain't there, you know what I'm saying?
yeah.
Like when it was me, you, Braden, and Alex in a party, dog, endless hours, dog. When it would be no problem. I got a 7-hour Fortnite stream up on my channel, dog. And to be honest with you, I don't remember streaming it. I don't remember that stream. Don't know why, but I don't. But like when like the gang was there, dog, and it was all four of us, and even if it wasn't like Braden, like Austin or whatever, or not even like, well, like bro, when the gang is there, it's like endless hours, dog, of nothing but playing that shit, and it was easier. I don't know why it was easier. Well, I don't know, dog.
I feel that though on a whole other level. Because like I don't know, like we used to just grind like one like, and that was kind of like the thing though. Like back then, like we would grind one specific thing for months, and then kind of
Until like
switch it
we
up a
got
little
burnt
bit.
out on it. We grind it till we got burnt out
Yeah.
on it. But now, bro, it's like you play one thing one day, bro, and you're burnt out on it the next, and it's like I don't know why it's like that anymore. Maybe gaming's just not the same as it used to be, but like it's
Well, I
rough,
mean, I
dog.
mean, like for me, like gaming is like has always been like, oh, I mean, I enjoy it like always, but like my biggest thing is like I just need to find that one thing for me, for me. And I think that's kind of what you like. I think that's what every one of us need to do is just find that one thing that we enjoy doing, and then also as well, find something that we can all do as a collective.
The listen, which if me, you, uh, Cody, and Austin all four got on Fallout 76, bro, it would be fucking dope as shit. But we just can't. You know what I'm saying? Because how the fuck am I gonna get on Fallout 76 off? I'm on an Xbox, and that shit ain't crossplay. Which I think that definitely should be crossplay, but it's just I don't know, bro.
Yeah. Well, like me personally, like, my biggest thing with Fallout 76 is like it's always been one of those games for me that after I play it for like 2 or 3 weeks straight, it just gets
You get burnt
grueling,
out
and
on
I
it.
just I mean like Fallout 76 is a game I get burnt out on really easy, and that's like not even like anything to do with. Well, the only thing it's got to do anything with is the fact that like there's just not enough in the game to actually do that's new. I guess you could say like a lot of games
There's
that
not
we
enough story
play.
to it.
I mean, not even that though. Like the events, like they don't. I don't think they
Oh yeah,
cycle events good. Like you'll play, like they'll have like 3 events out, right? And then after those events are over, those three same events will be back, but instead of there just being 3 events active, that may be like 4 or 5, and there'll be like 2 new ones plus those 3 you just
and it's
already
like
done.
the events that you just did, and it just go over and over. And I get that 100%. And it's I don't know, but if all four of us was on that shit, you imagine if like back in the day, like all three, like me, you, and you know, was on Fallout 76 or some shit, dog. It'd have been endless hours, just like Fortnite. But it's
Yeah.
like you said, they don't cycle the events enough. I mean, after a while, it just gets repetitive doing the same shit over and over. And
Honestly, that's why I done the Misadventures with Shane. That's why I started that whole like series or season, whatever you want to call it, was
it's because you're just
because
making your own
like
story.
exactly that's why I made Misadventures with Shane was because the game itself is not like to me personally, and this is not knocking on nobody that likes to play the game. I mean, like you like what you like, but for me personally, it was not something that I could just enjoy with just the base like tools it handed to you. You know,
And listen, people who listen to this, you have no idea how many hours me and Cody's like sitting like a party, just talking through like the story that we was setting up and shit. And like after a while, like we got fucking so out of heart about YouTube the last time that we ended up fucking just ending the series abruptly, killing both of the fucking characters we built up to. You know what I'm saying? Like motherfuckers survived fucking super mutants, all this shit, and then Josh falls into a goddamn acid pit. Shane gets killed by a fucking scorch beast.
which I think that was a good way for Shane to go out was a Scorched Beast. I mean, that at the time that was one of the hardest
Scorch
things
beast
in the
queen.
game to fight.
Scorch
Yeah, the
beast
Scorched
queen.
Beast Queen, and like I said at the time, that was one of the hardest enemies to defeat in the entire game. So
Also,
I
just a
think
little fun fact for people listening. Both of the characters were originally supposed to die to the Scorch Beast Queen, but due to the Scorch Beast Queen getting killed shortly after, I had to improvise and Josh ended up falling into the acid pit, and that's what ended the series. But like Cody said, there's only so much you can do in that game before it just gets repetitive. So you kind of got to do your own shit, and that's what the whole Misadventures of Shane and Wasteland Wanderer was about.
and just so
And
everyone knows too, like that listens to this, I was actually planning on having like 5 to 6 seasons of Misadventure of Shane.
nah, dog,
I
we
ended
was
up
talking
doing
about like
3.
12, 13. We talking like 12, 13. We was talking about.
I mean, yeah, like we talked about doing 12 or 13, but like I was realistically, like a little bit after that, realistically, I was like, I took it down a few seasons. I was like, well, realistically, I think I could do like 6 or 7. But regardless, though, like I done like me personally, I done 3 over Misadventures of Shane, and after that ended,
Also,
I was actually
another little fun fact: Josh was supposed to live on after Shane died, but due to us being so out of heart with YouTube, we rush shit and fuck shit. Josh died the same time he did.
But what I was gonna say though is after Misadventures of Shane, I actually had 2 other like series or seasons, whatever you want to call them, over Fallout 76 I was gonna do, and one of them was gonna be like about like a mysterious merchant type guy, come in, and then another one was gonna be like this like raider chick.
That was
Like I
supposed
was
to
gonna have
originally
2 other
kill
like
Shane. The Raider chick was
yeah,
originally
like
supposed
the
to kill
raider.
Shane.
Like that's how it was gonna go. Is like the raider chick was gonna kill Shane. Is how that was gonna go, and then her story. Then after that, her story would have started. That's when that season would have started with her. And then see, our original plan was Josh would have killed her, and then the mysterious merchant guy would have come up, like would have showed up and kind of like met Josh a little bit, like kind of been like a shadowy figure, in the mix with his story. That's kind of how it was going to go play
But
out. But
like I
like,
said, due to like events around that time, we rushed shit and fucked shit so much that all that shit got thrown out the window. And I do have something in the back of my mind if I ever do get PlayStation back and start on Fallout 76 again, what I could do, which would put the story like 20 years into the future of what it was when Josh died. But that's like I said, it's all in the back of my mind. If I do get a PlayStation back, which I'm gonna call Dairy Queen in the morning, try to get my fucking job. Uh, but shit's fucking. We rush shit and fuck shit, and that was a good ass fucking series, dog. I don't give a fuck with nobody.
well,
That
honestly,
was a good series.
and like if I'm wrong on this, you can correct me. But this is like what I honestly like personally think. I think that we rush it too much because of the fact that we were so hyped about doing it, and I think we just kind of drove ourselves into the ground with it. And like we were so
Oh,
pumped
definitely, dog.
to be pumping out all this shit, and it kind of caught up with us, and we was our own worst enemy,
No, let me tell you what it
versus
was,
like
dog. Is
how
like we was so excited about putting out all this content for like that series and shit. Those two series, Misadventures of Shane and Wasteland Wonder, that we was so excited and we was pumping all this shit and it was flopping, dog. That's what got us. When it started flopping, was like, okay, now it's time to cut it off. Which we should have just ended it on a cliffhanger, not killing them both off. But I mean, it's already
yeah.
been said and done now, and ain't no going back on it.
Which honestly, I mean, I'm not gonna say I regret doing what we'd like, ended it like that because I mean I kind of like it, like it did come full circle, and
What got me though, dog, is like I put man in an acid pit, dog. I made him
yeah.
fall into an acid pit. Out of all the
I
shit that
mean,
he
like
went through, dog, an acid pit got
what I
him.
was gonna say though is like how it kind of came about though is just I appreciate it, I guess, and like I kind of like it how I done it. Like I would have liked to have done more with it, obviously, but I'm satisfied
Like I
with
said,
how it went.
I do have the idea in the back of my head of what I could do if I ever got back into that shit, which would be like, it would probably still continue the story of Wasteland Wonder, which it definitely would because same universe and shit that we had the shit set in, but like it's always back there in the back of my head.
Like I don't know. I mean, a little bit after that, I did kind of think about going back to Fallout 76, and it was like a few months after we done all that. But I was just like, every time I think about playing it, it would just almost make me have that same feeling like I got when I was burnt out on it, and I was like, and that's just
I can
honestly, to
tell
put
you
it
what the
lightly,
feeling. I can tell you what the feeling feels like. Okay, it's like okay, you had like the best Christmas break ever, and then there comes that Sunday night that the next morning school starts, and you're like, man, that's the feeling it gives you,
yeah,
dog. It's
that's
like,
kind of like
hell yeah,
that's
we're
what
gonna do
prompt.
this, and then there's that dark feeling in your chest. You're like, fuck, because then you go to get yourself
I would always
submerged back into all that shit, bro.
But yeah, like I would always like every time I would think about playing it, like after we ended the shit, every time I think about playing it, I would just like you said, I get that like I would just get that feeling. I would just kind of talk myself out of it and just try to focus on like another project or something else. And which I mean,
Which
I
I think
guess
I think eventually, dog, we should go back and continue that universe because that was a universe we created. And two, I mean, when we was pushing that shit out before we got burnt out on it, dog, like it was genuinely fun, dog, playing.
yeah,
And then you get burned out on it, and it's like, fuck, you know. You dread to see the day come when you're like, oh fuck, I gotta play it again.
I didn't leave right. I go going to bed.
But I mean, yeah, at the end of the day, dog, it's like, I don't know, though. I don't know. I do think we should get back into that universe eventually, though.
oh, 100%. I mean, eventually, like I mean, I will 100%. Guaranteed, I will go back to Fallout 76 one day. But
Wait,
first of
when do
all,
we hear this shit? Because I feel like, listen, this is a little teaser for the tube. I feel like right on like the 1 year mark of like the time we ended that series is when we should go back into it because that would be like a year off. When did we end this shit?
6 months ago.
I'm trying to find the exact day though. 6 months ago. What date is it
What?
though? July
That
9th.
I
So
don't know.
July 9th of 2022. Be on the lookout for YouTube. Just kidding. No, but for real though, I feel like we should as a 1 year mark, like jump back into it. Which it would continue the
I agree with
Wasteland
that. I
Wanderer
mean, we
story. Like
can. I
it'd
mean,
be like the
obviously,
same, like season 3.
but obviously, I mean, I would have to get 76 back because I actually sold the game because I didn't play it. Like after we ended that shit, I never played it again after that. I didn't even touch it because, like I said, I would
I
always
got
help
back
myself
on
out.
it. I got back on it one time, and it was because I kept on getting these fucking comment requests over and over on the video. The fucking, you remember the Wayward Souls series we started? Well,
Yeah.
motherfuckers was commenting on that first video over and over, like, "How'd you make your Dean? How'd you make your Dean? I want to make Dean. How'd you make your Dean?" And I was like, "Fuck it, my views are down. I'm gonna download this shit back, and I'm gonna do the tutorial about how I made him." And I did, and it had 27 views. And that was the last time I was on it, dog. Never played it again.
But like I said, I
I
think we
still
just.
think it's fun. We never continued that series, dog. We did 2 episodes on it and it was over.
Well, I mean, because I mean, honestly, the reason why is because I think we had all this shit planned for Fallout 76, and our first things was like yours was like what was it again, like Wasteland Wanderer or something like that,
Yeah, mine was Wasteland Wanderer.
and then mine was Misadventure of Shane, and like we had that shit going, and I think that was kind of just how it went, like we was focusing on those projects, and we started the Wayward Souls during that, and I think that kind of that's what
Yeah, I feel
drew us
like we
off.
should have like waited till like the end of like season 1 or some shit or season 2 or
Yeah.
whatever, and then did it, not do it like midst. I feel like that's probably where we fucked up with that shit, but we never continued that shit ever. There's 2 episodes up on it, and then that's it. I might have deleted mine to be honest with you. I don't think I did.
I didn't delete mine because, like, and here's the thing, like, if I do get 76 back, well, not if, but when, because we agreed on at the 1 year mark. But when I do get it back, we can always, because I still have those characters, it's like we can always just go back and just start where we left off because we'll be right where we left off. You know what I'm saying?
Right on the fucking mire, dog. Right at the mire.
Like we can just start from there, and just like take it from there. And plus, honestly, I think if we
You
did do that
remember
now,
how we left that episode? You remember how we left that episode off?
yeah,
It was going into the mire to fight the fucking Mega Sloth.
yeah. But
Like
I
I said,
think if
that's
we
the
did
universe we
that,
created. Cause like the Wayward Souls and the fucking Wasteland Wanderer, that's the same universe, dog. And it's like it feels so good to like have your own universe where you can like do the shit you want, rather than like just playing through like the set up shit for you. You know what I'm saying? Like, when
yeah,
you create your own shit, it's so much funner, dog.
it really
So
is
much
though.
more fun.
Like 100% guaranteed, you will have more fun. You like being involved in something that you've created than something that someone else has made.
Yeah, that's like what like caused us to grind out like Wasteland Wanderer so much, and Misadventures of Shane so much. It's because we created that shit. That was all like our making. Like the whole
Yeah, like
story
the
that was set up,
storylines and everything.
the whole storylines and everything, bro. Like the fighting the super mutants for the Brotherhood. That wasn't a fucking in-game shit. We did that on our own.
Yep.
Uh, Fighting the Scorch Beast Queen, which unfortunately caused the untimely ending
The
of
the the
both
demise
characters.
of it caused the
Both
demise of
characters.
the Wasteland heroes.
Yeah, which that wasn't set up. We did that on our own, and then it's just fuck, bro. But we gonna hop back into that shit. We'll hop back into that shit on July 9th.
Yeah, 100%.
That's crazy. That's not even that far away. It's like 6 months.
Yep.
6 months from now,
Which is
you'll
just
get the
which is just
revamp of Fallout
wild.
76.
But that's just wild to me, to think that is just 6 months away. That's a year. That's a year since we've done that.
It's already been 6 months, bro. Don't feel like that. That's
And the
crazy.
thing is, like, here's the thing, though, right? Like, it's just been, it's been 6 months, and it feels like it's not been that long. right? And like so much shit has changed, like 100%.
Like
And
life, everything, dog.
like life in general, and just like I don't know, like the people that used to be
Let
in
me tell
our
you what was
lives.
crazy. When we fucking ended Wasteland Wonder and Misadventures of Shame, we was still friends with Alex, dog.
I know.
And now it's been like 5.5, 6 months since we've even talked to him. Last time I talked to him was on August 10th, non like you know drama
Yeah,
wise, but which it wasn't really even talking. He messaged me, said yo, I said yo, dog, and that was it. But so much has changed, dog.
it has. A lot has. And honestly, like
Let me tell you what
all
I
I'm
want,
telling,
dog. I want to like get back into like not just like making videos, but like the streams we would do on like Fault 76. It was like I don't know, bro. Couldn't get enough of it, and then you just get burnt out on it. Like fuck.
I wish we could get back on that. And honestly, like I said, like I think it's got a lot to do with the fact that like we've not been able to find that one thing. Like even like okay, like for us, like back then it was Fallout 76. Like 100% guaranteed. Like that's
Yeah,
what I'm
now it's
saying. Like
Fault 76 for Austin.
back then we was grinding that shit extremely hardcore. And that's what I'm saying. Like we had our one game, you know, that we was just grinding the hell out of, like all these other content creators have. And now, right now, we just don't have that. None of us really do. I mean, not. I mean, even though
Not
Austin,
a single fucking one, dog.
like, even though like Austin, you know, like he's doing decent with his Fallout 76 shit, he's still not playing that
Found that
shit
one
how,
game.
you know, like yeah, he's still
We
not playing
did.
that shit how it'd be his one game. You know what I'm saying? That's what I mean. Like,
Because like, if it's your one game, you're streaming that shit daily, like five,
yeah,
6 hours at a time, like we was.
yeah,
Which we was streaming 5 6 hours at a time, and like max like 3.5, maybe like right on the
yeah,
brisk of 4.
yeah, like three
But
to
like
four.
that was our game back then, and that's how you could tell. But like right now, we're like, each of us are having such a hard time figuring out like what our
But like,
game is that it's not even like
like right now, we're kind of all just like blindfolded in the dark, walking around trying to figure out where the light switch is at. You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah. That's what all of us are. We're, like you said, we're fucking blindfolded, just trying to find out where the light switch is at, and we just don't know where the fuck it's at. We not even have the slightest clue. We're in the complete opposite corner.
exactly. Like, that's what I'm saying, and that's why I've been really wanting to like get into another battle royale game. How I used to be with like HyperScape and shit like in Apex, you know. But like, you know, like Apex just honestly like it's not as fun as it used to be to me anymore. And I honestly think it's because where I played it
Fortnite's
for
not
so
as
damn
fun as it used
long.
to be to me.
And I think
Fortnite's
it's where I
nowhere
played it
near
for
as
so
fun as it used to
long.
be.
It just kind of like I got burnt out on Apex, and I think that's really what it was. But not only that though, but like me playing it didn't really get me burnt out on it. It was kind of like how shitty the last couple of seasons have been, and it's kind of just threw me out of it because of that. Because the last couple of seasons of Apex were kind of garbage. I'm not gonna lie, they really were. And like you know, this season
That was how I
it
was with
was
fucking
pretty decent,
Fortnite
but
Chapter 2 season. Fortnite Chapter 2 season 5, 6. Fortnite Chapter 2 season 5 and 6 were the same way for me, dog. They were such shitty seasons. And like the primal season, I fucking hated it, dog. I hated the primal season so fucking
oh,
much.
listen,
It was such a shitty season. And then chapter 2 season fuck 6. Yeah, 6 was so fucking bad as well, dog. And then season 7 it had Rick in it, so I grinded that shit out to get Rick. And then season 8 was decent. Now chapter 3 season 1's fun, but like I said, it's just not the same as it used to be. Like the gang ain't out of there. Nobody's grinding it like they used to be. Nobody's playing it like they used to be. And this is,
like, bro,
I
I
don't
would
know,
remember
bro.
days. Like, oh, listen, I still think back on this sometimes. I ain't gonna lie. There would be like times when we'd be hopping on Fortnite just to go land on a fucking little island just to collect a token for a challenge. Like, homie, we grinded that shit so much. Like, remember
We
that time?
fucking played for a stupid amount of hours, dog. Let me
Like, bro,
read you
remember
off the time
when
count
me?
on like my Fortnite.
But you remember when
Here's what
me, you, Alex, and Corbin would all just like land on that little snowy part just to go do that one challenge, and that was it.
here's the
That's what I'm
time
talking
shit
about.
on my
Like,
Fortnite. And this is how you know it's bad. 4 hours 22 minutes, 2 hours 10 minutes, uh, 1 hour and 38 minutes, 3 hours 51 minutes, 4 hours and 23 minutes, 2 hours and 33 minutes, an hour and 38 minutes, 2 hours and 36 minutes, an hour and 37 minutes, an hour and 35 minutes, 2 hours and 8 minutes, 2 hours 57 minutes, 1 hour and 26 minutes, 3 hours 56 minutes, 7 hours 9 minutes and 5 seconds, 2 hours and 41 minutes, 2 hours and 35 minutes, 2 hours and 30 minutes, 2 hours and 18 minutes, an hour and 47 minutes, an hour and 41 minutes, an hour and 16 minutes, 2 hours and 57 minutes, 2 hours and 5 minutes, 1 hour and 5 minutes, 3 hours and 47 minutes, an hour and 18 minutes, 2 hours 57 minutes, that ain't even a stream, but that's the times on that shit, bro. And it's just like constant. It was easy. I'm being for real, dog. I don't remember that 7 hour stream. I do not remember a fucking second of it. And how I sit and played Fortnite for 7 fucking hours, dog, I will never know. And that's how you know it's a much different time, dog. 7 hours on that fucking game? I could never, bro. Not now.
Nah, honestly, like,
What's crazy is
uh,
Alex was there that entire time, dog. That's how much Fortnite we played together. 7 fucking hours straight. It's fucking crazy.
and honestly, in a way, I kind of like, I'm just gonna talk about this for a second, like how I've been talking about, like, when we need to find that one game, like, honestly, like,
Yeah.
for me, like, there for a while, I thought Knockout City was it, but like, I don't know, it's just like Knockout City was like garbage for like a week straight. Like, I'm not, that's not even an exaggeration. For like a week straight, it was just shit. And keep in mind, I mean, I literally played it every day for, almost every day for like 3 or 4 months. And like, just a couple weeks back, there was 1 week where literally it was just garbage, like just a shit show that entire week. And that game's never been like that for me. Like, I've had bad games here and there, but most time, I would say that I've won majority of the matches I've played. Actually, I know I have. Like, I win most of the time when I play that game. But I don't know, like, I don't know. I mean, I don't know if it's because the setup I'm working with right now is just garbage a little bit, or if it's like, or if it was just like, it's just how it is. Sometimes, you get shitty games in a video game. I don't know if it's that, or if, like I said, or if it's the setup, but something's going on. And I was just like, man, I don't want to be like, I'm never going to play this game again, like the dog water, So I just kind of took a break from it, and I've continued to take a break from it. And I'm going to continue, and I'm going to
That's,
continue
to
to
be
take a
honest with you,
break from it.
that's like the smartest thing you could do is take a break from a game if it starts pissing you off. Like, and that's something we didn't do back in the day. Like back when all of the gang was together. Back when we was known as Claps Clan. Is like, bro, when Fortnite started pissing us off, dog, we didn't take a break from it. We just pushed through that shit. And that's like probably like the worst thing we could have possibly fucking done. But like the thing was, like, it didn't piss us off like a lot. Like, it would piss us off like an hour later, would be fine. But like, I definitely think we should take a break from it, like, eventually. But we never
Yeah.
did.
Like, honestly, I think the only reason why it didn't piss us off as much is because, like I said, I'm just going back to my original thing here. It was our one game at the time, and it's like, no matter how much we got fucking, like, no matter how many times some little 10-year-old kid came in, built a sky base on us, dropped down, one pumped us, and fucking won his match for himself, it did not piss us off enough for us to like just fucking quit the game completely. And it's because of what I said, because it was our one game. That's what I'm saying.
And
That's
the
why
thing is, bro, is like, we used to be fucking ass, dog. It took me till chapter 2, season 1 to win a fucking solo.
like I said,
Just because
like
it had its
that's like why we need to like find that one game, is because like when we do find that one game, like when we do get
It'd
pissed
be
off,
easier. It'll come easier.
we're not gonna get immediately like fiery hate for the game and just not touch it again, And we're not
Like we
gonna
do in
just quit.
Splitgate and Rocket League.
Yeah,
Like we do for
exactly.
Splitgate and Rocket League.
Like, honestly, I think if we was to like, I think we could probably like have Splitgate as like that substitute for our one game for now. Like, not permanently, but I think we could have it like as a substitute until we do
'Cause it
find
is
something.
fun. It is fun for
Because
sure.
yeah, like it's not a bad game at all. Splitgate's not, at all. It's not a bad game, but I mean,
But it's a good ass game for sure.
You got a ghost or something in there?
Girlfriend was talking in her sleep. I said, "What?"
Oh,
Nah, I keep on thinking I see something walk by that door, but I think I'm just tripping myself out. I just wish I was recording my screen, you know. Like most of the time when paranormal shit happens to me, dog, I get mad that I'm not recording. Hey, like it's not even like a scared feel. It's like, damn, I wasn't even recording. I wasn't even recording that shit. It's crazy. But until we find that game, dog, it's just gonna keep on being like this. Just it'll be up and there'll be downs. But when you find that game, bro, it's like right in the middle, and it just stays there.
yeah. And honestly, like I said, I think and honestly, once I get settled into that house and shit, and I get my setup, going, and I get like in a comfortable gaming spot and shit like that. I think, like for me personally, like, I got a lot of stuff downloaded on my PlayStation already. That I think that I could really get into again, and I could maybe make that my one game. But like for us as a group, we do need to find that. I think that we just not like we kind of just need to sit down a little bit, kind of talk about like what games we got and what games are cross-platform, and just like play each one until we find something that works.
Like, cause if I can get like that job and shit at Dairy Queen, I'm gonna call and try my fucking damnedest to get uh I could get a PlayStation back and it'd be much easier. But until then, bro, it's just like I don't know. Like I said, until we find that one game, that one shtick, it's gonna be up, and it's gonna be down. But when you find it, dog, it's right in the middle and it just stays there. It's the best feeling in the world.
Exactly. It is honestly the best feeling in the world because like
Because even if
even
your
if you're
videos are
having
doing
a
shit,
shitty
like you're
time with
enjoying
that
it.
game, exactly. As I was gonna say, like even if you're having a shitty time with that game, you're still enjoying it.
Like if your video's doing shit, like absolute dog shit, then I mean at least you're still enjoying playing, you know. Like right now, it's just like
Exactly.
I can tell you what we're doing, bro, and most like creators and shit or whatever the fuck you want to call it don't admit to this a lot, but right now we're just trying to get the most views, bro. We're trying to get the views, and we're not enjoying what we're
Yeah.
doing. And when
And
we
like
find that game, bro, it's not about the views. It's about the enjoyment that you're getting while you're playing the shit.
and, we don't want no one to like take this out like like misunderstand. Like it's like for us, it's really not about the views, but like we just the views give helps us get motivation to continue to push forward. And like right now, it's tough for all of us.
What it is like we try to play the shit that gets the most views because, like Cody said, it gives us motivation. But like when your video does fucking great one night, and then like 2 days later, it's doing shit like absolute fucking shit, and it's like fuck. So let me go to this. And then it does shit. And you're like, fuck, let me go to this. And then it does shit. And you're like, fuck, let me go to this. Then it does shit. And you're like, fuck, let me go back to this. It does shit. And it's like, what the fuck? You know what I'm saying?
That's what I think. Like
Until you find that one game like
what
the Fortnite we had back into like 2019, 2020, dog. It's so hard.
but that's what I was gonna say. That I think that's partially why that all of our views are kind of down right now is because we're not doing that one thing. You know what I'm saying? That's what I'm saying. We need to find that one game, not like just for us, that we can enjoy. Like we need to find a game that we can play, that we can enjoy off camera as much as we could on camera. You know what I'm saying?
Because like back in the day, bro, like we'd be playing Fortnite, not even fucking recording it, not even streaming it and shit. It's
Yeah,
like
yeah,
endless
100%.
hours, dog. But like now, it's like if you wanted me to play Splitgate off camera, dog, I probably wouldn't. And it's because like we're trying to find that
That's
thing that
what
like
I'm saying. I
we're trying to
honestly
find that
think
thing
that's
that like
why.
we enjoy, but like it also gets the views is what we're doing. Like we're trying to find that
Yeah,
shit that we enjoy, but it also gets the views that we're looking for. And like Cody said, it's not about views, but like the views motivate you. And it's like that's what we're trying to look for right now is like the thing that we enjoy, but what also gets the views. So we actually don't feel like we're doing shit for no reason.
but like I said though, I think it's kind of like what I think it comes like. That's part of like the biggest problem though is we're kind of bouncing back and forth and shit, and that's obviously unless you was a already like a huge popular content creator,
Then bouncing
unless
back
you're
and
like
forth, I guess, just fuck your channel,
you can
really.
bounce back and forth all the time, but I think like we need to find our own cup of tea, like I said, and then at that point, just keep grinding it, and then eventually, we'll we'll go somewhere. Guaranteed.
100%. I could tell what my cup of tea was back in the day, dog. There just wasn't enough of it.
What's that?
The market ran dry after like one cup. That was The Walking Dead, dog. The Walking Dead, there wasn't enough of it. My fucking shit was like this, and then my shit went like this because I beat it too quick. Because one, I was enjoying it because I fucking love Walking Dead. And also, it was getting the views and me subscribers, which, like Cody said, motivates you. And plus, like, I've been doing this shit for 6 years, so I was wanting to hit, at the time, 5 years, so I was wanting to hit 200. And I just put that shit out too quick and beat it too quick, and then my channel rock bottomed. It hit rock bottom. Slicker than shit. Let me tell you what I'm enjoying right now, dog. What I'm really enjoying right now is fucking Among Us, bro.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, I'm enjoying Among Us too. Honestly, like a lot right now, and then that's kind of like wild for me because I'll be straight up honest with you. Like, I've not actually ever 100% enjoyed Among Us like a lot of people have. Like, I would normally just like play it to like pass time,
Let me tell
or
you
I
what
would
would be
play it
crazy,
like
dog.
when you're out of
You
group of
imagine,
people.
you
But like,
imagine me, you, Alex, Braden, or me, you, Alex, and Corbin, or me, you, Alex, Braden, and Corbin, all fucking like five playing Among Us, bro. That would have been fucking good times, dog.
it would have been. But like I said, they're like, I'm kind of with you on the Among Us thing because,
But
like I said, like I've never
here's the
actually.
thing. The issue with it is like I'm enjoying Among Us, you're enjoying Among Us, but Austin don't want to play that shit too much. You know what I'm saying? Jeff don't want to play that shit too
Yeah.
much, and it's like I don't know, bro. Me and you might have to just start pushing this shit out.
Like, here's the thing though, like, right, and I think that's kind of like partially their. Honestly, I think that's kind of their problem too, in a way, is that I don't. Well, I can't really say much for Jeff because he's not really been on the YouTube grind as long as me, you, and Austin. But I don't think I've ever seen Austin ever like grind one thing other than like Call of Duty. I think, and that was like back when we. That was back when I first started my YouTube channel. I think that's about like the only thing I've actually ever seen him grind, like
We was
personally.
all kind of grinding Call of Duty back in the day,
Yeah, really was.
and
And
then my
that's what I'm
fucking
saying. Like,
PlayStation fucked up.
but I don't think Austin's ever found like. Honestly, I don't like after that. I don't think Austin ever found his one game. You know what I'm saying? Like, I really don't think he did.
We haven't found our one. Well, I can't say we haven't found our one game since Fortnite because we had Fallout 76 for a while, but
Yeah.
we need to find that again, bro. And I think Among Us might be it for me and you. But as far as like Austin and Jeff, which Jeff, like you said, Jeff ain't been on that grind as much, and he ain't on the grind like a lot right now. But like, they might have to do some figuring out, dog. But I'm trying to do Among Us quite a bit, dog, because I enjoy that shit. We need to just like play that shit like
Yeah.
earlier though, because I feel like playing at like 1 o'clock in the morning ain't gonna do us very good, you know.
Yeah, 100%. Like, I mean, I agree with
This
that
ain't my
because
prime
also,
YouTube days, dog. Prime YouTube days, I could stream anywhere from like 10 to like 3, and I'd get fucking crazy views. But this ain't my prime YouTube days. And like once again, I'm gonna reiterate this: we're not doing it all for views, but it does motivate us. But I'm just curious, like what an Among Us stream would do if it was like 4 or 5 p.m. and then we played that shit.
yeah, man. Honestly, like think about it like this, right? Like, say you cook food, right, and say everyone starts eating your food. You're gonna like feel, and they say they're all like, congratulating you, like, oh, that's good shit, Like, you're gonna be encouraged to go make like,
Yeah.
cook or whatever, and they're gonna make more,
But if you cook some shit and then
maybe open up a full,
like
maybe
you take
open
one
up a
bite of it
full
and they're
blown
like,
bakery or restaurant. You know what I'm saying? But
yeah, but
if
if like
people
you
don't
cook
be, if
food,
people's not eating your shit,
if you like if you cook food and one motherfucker takes a bite of it and they start throwing up and shit, and it's like, or if like not one person shows up at the goddamn bakery, you know what I'm saying? It's like, or if like two
yeah,
people comes in, they're like, it was good, man, and then like you never see anybody else the whole day, and it's like, shit, you feel like disheartened about it.
yeah. I mean, I guess there's a way to compare it to, like we just said, like it's kind of like that. Like, you cook food, a lot of people like it, and you're gonna cook again. If you cook food and
And
nobody
listen,
wants nothing to do
before
with it,
anybody in
then
the
it's
comments
kind of
tries to
disheartening.
educate me, listen, I know it's all about the grind, and I know there's gonna be good days and bad days. Listen, I've been doing this shit for 6 years. I know there's gonna be good days. I know there's gonna be bad days, but it's been a lot of bad days here recently. And I know there's good days coming, but when,
Yeah. And like I said,
This Among Us shit
I
could be
think a
pretty
big
good.
part has to do.
Let's play.
I think a big part has to do with the fact that
Free
we need to
schedule
find
for
that one
fucking
game.
5:30 tomorrow. We'll play Among Us.
You say 5:30 tomorrow, play Among Us.
Yeah.
All right. Sounds
See how
good.
that shit does. Cause I feel like the ones you do in the day is gonna do way better than the ones you do fucking 1 a.m., 2 a.m.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Yeah, we'll
Because
play Among Us
honestly, you
till
also got to
5:30
think about it
tomorrow.
like this. But you also got to think about it like this too, right? Like with Among Us stuff, like like people that watch Among Us stuff, they might be active on YouTube or Twitch around 5:30 or 6:30 or 7:30. But the people that like Call of Duty stuff, they might not be active until like 12 in the morning or 2 in the morning or 3 in the morning.
It's just like
You know what
two
I'm
different,
saying?
like it's completely like two different fucking complete fan bases, and like the viewers are like
Exactly.
completely different. But you can't
Exactly.
expect a motherfucker that likes Call of Duty being Among Us stream because they're nothing alike. Maybe a Halo
Exactly. That's
stream,
what I'm
not
saying.
Among Us.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, that's exactly what I mean. Like, that's why I think that you need to, you know,
You tell you what Splitgate
kind of understand when
reminds
to
me a lot of.
stream
It's
a
fucking
certain
Halo
thing.
Infinite. Splitgate reminds me a shit ton of Halo Infinite.
Yeah, me too.
But we definitely need to play about 5:30. See how it does. And
Sounds
that,
good to
that way
me.
I can figure out if I'm streaming too late. Which Austin can't really help because he works until like 8, 9, 10 o'clock at night. So, but we can still play shit with him, but also do the shit that does good during the day.
And like honestly, if you want to, like me and you, like from now on, we can start doing like Among Us shit or whatever around like like say
Yeah, I'm down.
5:30, 6 o'clock, something like that. And then like whenever Austin's home,
We can play
and
Splitgate
whenever
or whatever with him.
all that shit, yeah. And then not only that, that's 2 interactions for me and you a day.
For real. Yeah, that's what we'll do. That's what we'll do because we'll start pumping out our interactions, and also we'll be playing with Austin, and we'll all stay connected. Rather than like, listen,
Exactly.
it was bad on our part. We kind of dropped Alex and ran to Fault 76, but you know, what's said is said, and what's done is done, and there ain't no going back on it. But we can all still stay connected and pump out interactions, and do good on our shits.
Yeah.
Yeah, but about 5:30 tomorrow we'll play. Because I feel like in the daytime it'd do so much better than if I'm streaming at fucking 11:30, 12 o'clock at night. Because I mean, at that point, people motherfuckers just asleep, dog.
100%. That's like I said, especially people that's gonna want to watch, Among Us shit. I would say.
Yeah, for sure.
I got like another thing to add actually. 'Cause I've really been thinking about this a lot recently, and like I guess honestly, I would say I've been struggling with it hardcore.
Let's hear it.
That thing is like people that follow me on TikTok and shit. Like y'all know that I do a variety of shit, hardcore variety of shit. Like
Lore, facts, all this shit.
like I do a variety. Like I mean, I post like gaming lore. I post mythology. I post my own gameplay from video games and shit, and I do skits and reactions and all that shit. But here recently, I've really been thinking about just turning my shit mostly into like mostly a gaming shit.
Yeah.
Like pretty much like just post my gaming clips only. Like maybe here and there do a gaming fact or a mythology fact or something. But the majority of the content on my TikTok would be gaming, like my own gaming clips and stuff. And I've hardcore been thinking about doing that.
I agree 100%. I think you should do that. 'Cause at the end of the day, like you
Because,
said, it's not for views. It's about more what you enjoy. And if like you're enjoying posting the shit, and if it's doing good, then stick to that shit.
yeah. And I mean, that's true. I mean, I always stand by that, like do what you love first and, don't really care about, like if you like doing what you do, then continue to do it. But I don't know, like, I feel like, because like, I mean, I've been wanting to do like I've always wanted to do like a lot of like gaming shit in general on my TikTok. I've always wanted to just upload more gaming, like more of my gaming clips to TikTok than anything else. Like I've always wanted to do that, but I've just never actually had the time to sit down, edit the video enough in the Share Factory to put it on TikTok because our TikTok's got that 3 minute shit, So
Yeah.
like I've not always had that like enough time to do that, and that's why I would like just post like this random ass mythology fact or this random ass gaming fact just to like pump something out. But I mean, I don't know. That's kind of why I've downloaded like here recently. I've downloaded a shit ton of like mobile games, right? And I know there's like there's some hate on mobile games. I get it. But I'm working with what I have at the moment until I can set my shit up and actually pump out more
Goose Goose
interesting
Duck.
shit. That's kind of why I done. What was you gonna say?
Goose Goose Duck is a fun ass game, and it's mobile. I mean, I don't 100% understand how the fuck Goose Goose Duck works and all the roles and shit, but I mean, it's still a fun game, and it's mobile.
Like honestly, Goose Duck is pretty fun. It's just some of the tasks are like kind of buggy. It feels like.
Oh yeah, for sure. Like and Among Us, like you walk up to like the manifold in the reactor or some shit, and it's like you can like if you're in like the vicinity of it, like you can do the task, but like in Goose Goose Duck, you have to be right on the shit, like right in a certain spot, or like won't light up.
Yeah,
Shit
but
is a
yeah,
little
that's,
buggy,
like I
and I
said,
don't
that's kind of why.
100% understand the roles, but I mean it's pretty fun.
But like like yesterday. Well, technically it's yesterday now because it's like 4 in the morning. But like yesterday, that's why I made that like that PUBG New State thing. It was PUBG New State's a mobile game, and it is fun. And obviously it's got a shit ton of bots in there. So like me dropping that 12 kills, those 12 kills isn't nothing to be impressed about because most of them were probably actual bots. But like it's still a fun game.
That was the
And
thing with fucking because I posted my Call of Duty mobile gameplay with a controller, and I was murdering motherfuckers, and I was like showboating, and then people was in my comments going, "Somebody gonna tell them we're bots?" And I was like, "Oh shit!" So I deleted the video because I was like,
I mean
"Fuck,
like
bro, this is a cheat code. I'm so much better than these motherfuckers." And I was like, "Is somebody gonna tell them that's bots?" I was like, "Shit."
like obviously like most mobile games like PUBG Mobile, Call of Duty Mobile has a lot of bots in them. Like say like it's like okay, like in PUBG, PUBG Mobile, there's 100 players. I would honestly say that in the mobile version, maybe 25 or 30 of those are actual players. You know,
And like with Fortnite, I believe like each fucking game has 100 people in it because there's only like 65, 70 real people, and then like they just like autofill the rest of the lobby with bots.
yeah.
So I'd like
Like I
at
said,
most there's like 40, 30, 30, 40 bots in each game.
and in that TikTok post I made where I was like, like I dropped 12 kills, let's go, with the emojis and shit. Like obviously, I hope people would know that I was just joking about boasting about 12 kills because obviously they
Yeah.
were bot kills. But like I said, I'm working with what I have, the best I can do.
I mean, if you're just enjoying the content you're pushing out, man, then nobody can knock it because I mean you're enjoying the shit. You're the one putting it out. You're the one putting in the time for it. I mean, nobody can knock some shit that.
I mean, plus even like I said, even if they are like bot kills, I mean, it's still entertaining, to watch. Like it might not be as entertaining as watching a motherfucker win a fucking Call of Duty Warzone tournament, but it's still entertaining at the end of the day. You know what I'm saying? So,
Facts.
but yeah,
No, honestly, dog,
I
we could
think
probably hop on and play some PUBG Mobile sometime. Really, I could probably use Almond Arcade and stream that shit to YouTube.
yeah, but yeah, I think I think that's like the move for me, like the future for me is for like TikTok. My TikTok is
Also, for
start.
anybody listening to this, if you click on the link in the description of Mutt's channel and subscribe to him, when he gets to 50 subs on YouTube, which he only needs 3, and he gets to 700 followers on TikTok, which he only needs like 31. I mean, 29. Then he's shaving his head and his beard. He's gonna be completely bald, and I don't mean just shaving like a buzz cut. He's gonna look like he has alopecia.
Yeah, and also just so y'all know, I'm actually gonna at the end after because I'm gonna make a video out of that once I hit that. Once I hit both those goals, I'm gonna make a video of me shaving my shit just so 100% guaranteed y'all know that I actually done it. You know what I'm saying? Like, what I'm saying? Like, obviously, but after I
Also,
do
I'm
that,
not
I'm
cutting my
gonna do.
hair. I'm not cutting my hair or shaving my beard until I either hit 500 subs on YouTube or I'm partnered on Twitch.
But also just like a little an extra kick to the comedy of me being bald as hell. I'm gonna get a toilet plunger and stick it to my fucking head, and that'll be that.
Just walk around like that, fucking plunger stuck to the head, like a fucking reverse unicorn or some shit.
I'll put it
But
like
I
this.
think that pretty much wraps up the. Well, go ahead.
I was gonna say this. Once I do hit 50 subs on YouTube and 700 followers on TikTok, like I said, I'm gonna make a video of me shaving this shit, and after that, after I get that toilet plunger, I'm gonna put it on my head, and I'll make a video of Among Us. We'll play Among Us, and see, I can have my phone set up where I can have my face cam,
Uh,
and I'll have I have that plunger on my head with the face cam on. So there you
and
go.
there's also a little hat in game that has a plunger stuck to his head.
Yeah, I even put that on in game.
That's crazy. I'm looking forward to that. Y'all need to get into this shit for real. But I think that pretty much wraps up the podcast. That's all we need to say. Make sure to get Mutt to 50, and if you can go sub to his TikTok, I'll put his TikTok link in the description as well. And thank y'all for watching me do. Greatly appreciate it. I'm gonna start fucking pumping out a lot of fucking content. Just gotta, like Cody said, gonna find out what the fuck we're doing and our shits. But yeah, we do greatly appreciate it. Make sure to go sub to Mutt. I'll
100%
leave
always
Austin's
appreciate.
link in the description. Matter of fact, I'll just put Mutts and OTDLs. Just click on OTDL and all of our shits right there and go sub. And I'll see y'all the next time I see y'all.